Hello guys, I don't know how about you, but I've missed some news from the Russian oil refineries and depots on fire. And Ukrainian drones have brought us some good news tonight. In Perm, in Voronezh, oil refineries were on fire. And what makes it even funnier, one of these oil refineries is actually named Anna Nefteprodukt, which can be translated as Anna's oil products, and it is located near a city, Anna, in Voronezh region. I promise you, I have nothing to do with the oil product company, but I hope I may be somehow connected with the fires on that oil product company, taking into account how many drones our beautiful community supplies to the front lines in our NAFO campaigns. Check my Instagram to see more of that. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see Russia defeated, subscribe. We are working on that, and I'm sure sometime soon we will discuss beautiful details of this collapse on the channel. And right now, finally, we continue our geography lessons that will take us to two very hot zones. One in Perm and another one larger and hotter in Voronezh region, the town of Anna. So in Perm region, an oil depot was targeted. It's a private company that stored lots of fuels, various fuels, and locals were very disappointed with the way Russian air defense worked because it didn't. But a larger fire and as a result larger neutralization of Russian oil products happened in Voronezh region on Anna Nefteprodukt. It was really easy to remember the name, and approximately 20 cisterns of oil products were set on fire. And it was really interesting for me, a civilian, to discover that if we measure that, for example, in train cars, that would make 53 evil train cars of oil. And Russia desperately needs oil for the front lines. They use it for fueling their tanks, their aircraft. It is actually very important for the military combat operations. But most importantly, Russia needs oil products for export, and the destruction of depots and refineries actually leads to the paralysis of Russian export, because once again, this is definitely not a country that can compete economically or, I don't know, by their living standards. I don't see huge waves of immigrants moving to Voronezh or Belgorod or Kursk. Only if they are not Ukrainian armed forces, then I can see huge waves of them moving to Kursk. But anyway, Russia can only sell its natural resources. And actually, this is a very exhaustive practice, not very innovative, and I'd say very characteristic of the 19th century. And Russia still lives in the 19th century with its imperial fantasies. So oil export gives a huge income to Russian system of economy, or I should use a past tense here, gave, because our smart strategy to target Russian oil refineries and depots despite the restrictions using inexpensive Ukrainian drones results in the serious decline of Russia's exports, and the result, a serious decline of the income they can get on selling these products. Approximately 20% dropped since the start of this year, which is huge and which is extremely effective and can actually be multiplied if Saudi Arabia businessmen decide to do what they actually want. Subscribe to see the collapse of the Kremlin, Putin imprisoned in The Hague, and many other beautiful things that we will discuss on this channel sometime soon. And remember to share videos on your social media platforms, because the world is too intoxicated with Russian fakes. And sometimes it's difficult for people to see the reality, still having this image of Russia as a great country, when in reality, Russia is a bully. So, there are rumors, well, actually, not rumors, but lots of publications abroad, especially in economic newspapers, web pages, stating that it is very likely that Saudi Arabia producers of oil products are ready to increase the number of products they can put on market. And this will be devastating for Russia because right now they only survive by the higher prices. And if Saudi Arabia starts producing and selling more, Russia is, I'm a good girl, I don't use bad words, but I'm sure your imagination can definitely allow you visualize where Russia gets. Unable to compete with the US, with France, with Germany, with Lithuania or Estonia, with their technologies, with their education, with their transport or standards of living, they simply try to pretend they are big by threatening others. And this is a failing tactics. Believe me, I'm a Ukrainian and nobody's afraid here of Russia, despite constant shellings, despite all the evil that they do to us. What we feel is not fear, is not hatred, it's disgust. And actually, another very interesting update that I've read on the local Ukrainian social media is the report that actually our state officially addressed The Hague, asking them to influence, it's impossible, but anyway, influence Russia and destroy the Kerch Bridge. Of course, it's obvious that The Hague will not influence criminal Putin's regime. It's impossible with war criminals at the moment, but this is a good precedent showing that something may happen to the Kerch Bridge soon. Moreover, there are satellite images and photos and videos that people who are waiting for the liberation in Crimea share on their social media, that Russians are trying to strengthen, secure the structure of the Kerch Bridge. But I'm sure if we choose the right missile, if we are allowed to defend ourselves to the fullest, soon you will be invited to the party in Kerch. Kerch Bridge on fire is something that we actually wait for a really long period of time. So hopefully these are symptoms of something big and loud coming. And we have a really good news on our merch shop. We've launched a Halloween collection, which is not just fun, is not just good for the celebration of this holiday, but also brings some beautiful and important reminders about Ukraine. And I hope you will like it, and I hope it will help you to start some important conversations and remind people about our battle. And also tomorrow I invite all of you for our live 9 p.m. Kyiv time, and we will discuss all the things that we consider important in our very warm, very kind, and the community that I'm so proud of. And I'm really happy to be your friend in Ukraine. And I'm really happy to have so many friends in different corners of the world with whom we can discuss more and more geography lessons based on the destructions of military objects inside Russia. All the materials provided by the brave Ukrainian armed forces. Remember to join me on Instagram, X, and Threads. All the links to my social media are in the description of this video. Be careful of scammers. I never invite you to chat or participate in lotteries, and I never present you sneakers or other stuff. So always report people who approach you with weird questions and claim to be me. Please, please, please be careful. Thank you so much for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. I am honored to have you in my life, and I'm very grateful each day and each video. And most importantly, thank you for standing with Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!